Your Stanford Cardinal are on a 30-game win streak. But today, that is on the line as we host our rival in the USC Trojans, one of the toughest battles we have had outside of the Texas game and the national championship against Ohio State. But this is a team that has seen a large amount of turnover since those games. But to start this year, we've hushed the critics. Many standout plays from both the offense and defense. And to this point in the season, no team has shown that they could hang with our Stanford Cardinal. But our opponents today have not faced big competition. But through those games, they've seen the breakout of freshman quarterback Calvin Hankovitz. 1,100 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 66% complete on 99 attempts. They also have a pretty strong running game with Javier Whipple averaging 5 yards a carry, and a receiving group that really does spread out the ball. However, they will be without their top receiver in Brock Allison, who broke his hand early this season. But if we're being honest, their real threat is their defense. They fly around, several players here already in double-digit tackles. TFL-wise, spread out, sacks, they're picking up a lot. And on top of that, they are forcing many turnovers. They are going to be the first real test here for Justin Sorensen. To this point of the season, he has played clean. 9 touchdowns, not a single interception, 72% complete. But he has not played a full game. So as we head out onto the field, at the farm, expectations are set for one of the biggest games of the year. And it will be Ritter getting us underway. Set back to return and taking the touchback will set up the Trojan offense at the 25. Hankovitz leading them out. Now, while in the grand total, USC is well in charge in this rivalry, we are on a 4-game win streak between these two teams. And it will start through the air with pressure, and Henry picking up the sack on play 1. One of the new faces for this defense this year. And it's a loss of 12. Oh, this team has been doubted ever since the national championship with so many new guys stepping in. A dominant win here today could really help elevate their favor amongst the pack. Good gain, though, upended. That'll force a 3rd and 8 here for Hankovitz as they're at the 27. Cardinal bring the extra man, though it's picked up well. Time to throw, short of the line to gain. John Dog drops short, and in a game that could be a battle of defenses, ours picks up the first stop. It'll be the 20 where we get going as Wesovich delivers a powerful hit to the linebacker. And he's looked really solid when healthy. We just need him to stay healthy. Keeping that rotation going as he can't get the screen out to Jewell. Stephen Mulligan with the pressure, and it's 3rd and 5 here for the Stanford Cardinal, though early jumping is the linebacker. Jason Otis, the culprit, and provides the Cardinal instead with a 3rd and mere inches. Babineau and Wesovich in the backfield as that will be a handoff. Down the middle, Wesovich shakes one, shakes another. However, we've got some late yellow on the field here. Looks like this one's coming back. So penalties coming into effect for both sides early on here. Now 3rd and 10, worse than the 3rd and 5 we would have had without the hard count earlier. We'll look to go to the air here, and Sorensen scrambles. He will pick up that first down, taking the contact to the 35. Great play there from QB1. Has this drive alive as it's going to be a pass downfield and through the hands of Lockett. Not bad placement, but not quite good enough hands as Lockett now in motion right-hand side here. Waiting to let this play develop, nothing quite opening up. Sorensen, he's going to look to get to the outside here, scrambling, picking up that first down, and will have it as Pete Morton is down in the backfield. Not a good look here for the starting right guard. Hopefully he is okay, but we'll have a new man check in then, 76. And to the pistol look, it's Babineau down the middle for 2. For the Cardinal, situations like this is why it's great they've had such a good rotation early in the first 3 games. Ringo has seen plenty of playing time. Rolling out here and going downfield, Vallejo, well covered. Cardinal, they've found a lot of success when it's come to one-on-one situations. That time it goes to the Trojans. 3rd and 8, motioning across. That is Gordon Lockett. Under pressure, though, finding his tight end. It's Kramer, who will have the first down and will get out of bounds at the 32. Great job again from Sorensen, just waiting till his guys break open. He's got a guy wide open outside. That's Bargava inside the 15 and out at the 8. As Nate Tatupu shaken up here for the Trojans. Both sides getting a bit banged up to open up this game. Never like to see that, but your Cardinal are set up goal to go here at the 8. Sorensen making a couple changes. Wesovich, the lone back, will be a pulling guard that does not pick up a single block, and instead will be a solid gain of 4 then. Down the middle to the 4. And some end around action here. It's Bargava, spin move, not gonna work. Great job wrapping up there, the linebacker. That's going to be a loss of 5, setting up 3rd and goal at the 9. It's more motion as they look to set up the slip screen. And again, they're just not on the same page. Jewell had plenty of space to the outside, but he did not get his head around for that pass. So Sam Ritter will instead tack on the field goal. Cardinals strike first in this rivalry matchup, though that close to the end zone. You're wanting 6. See how the Trojans respond here with pressure and getting the ball out. Hankovich, a clean pass, finds their tight end in Stoner to the 38. Double A gap look now for the Stanford Cardinal as it's a delayed handoff, though, breaking through 3 tackles. It's Javier Whipple fighting back to the line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd and 10, which they look to go back to the air and back to Stoner, upended down at the 39. Nice little double move there, opens it up as they are plus side for the first time today. Whipple motions out. Hankovich looking to go back to the air, back to the double move. Ty Holly having to take him down for the 2nd straight play and going hurry up. So clearly Trojans see something they like. 2 receivers spread either side. Down at the 17. And it will be a blitz from the Cardinal that will get back there. It's Greg Lovelace and Juan Lawton. A massive response by the defense after a couple big plays from the Trojans, pushing them back now to the 24. 2nd and 17. It will be a play action pass. And well off the mark. It was Dragan in coverage and he had it tight. 3rd and 17. About a minute to go here in the first quarter. They look to set up the screen. Henderson reads it, slows him down. Lovelace will bring him down. And we'll have another field goal here in this game, or field goal attempt. USC at the 27-yard line, right hash. And we'll get it by that right upright. They tie this game 3-3. I feel like it's pretty safe to say that right now expectations are being met out there between these two teams. Defense is leading. Offenses have shown some flashes as Wesovich flashes some speed here down the gut. I love when that O-line opens up those lanes. To the 32 we go. Final play here of the quarter will be play action and throwing across the middle and dropped. A massive play thanks to Miles Gooch does not go for the Trojans, but does send us to the break where, as it stands right now, the Trojans have negative 19 rushing yards. That's thanks to a lot of sacks. But both these teams are going to need a little bit more from their offense here today. Starting the second quarter, they'll be at the 32. Sorensen already shaking things up here. Didn't like the initial look. Going to bounce to the outside. Look downfield. He's got his man. Kramer drops it into the bucket. And in arguably his biggest game yet, Justin Sorensen is looking great out there, using his legs and his arm talent as us plus side here. Little bump coverage across the middle. And I think that ball ricocheted off a helmet. That might be the only knock to Sorensen. He's on the shorter side, a Baker Mayfield-esque type of build. At the 42. Tight look still, and we'll go again underneath. Getting the catch and getting down is Lockett. Once again, Cardinal, they have a 3rd and inches. Pistol look with Babineau, and he'll be the keeper for the first down. Looked like they were trying to set up a triple option. They just went with a simple play. First down inside the 30. As they go with more play action, rolling. And again, it's lofted. That time perhaps a little bit too much. Over the top of what looked to be intended for Kramer. Keeps it 2nd and 10. Slight motion left side in Lockett. Under pressure again, that ball ricocheting around. We'll say that's one of Sorensen's probably best talents. He will avoid sacks, and he does so in a pretty safe way. Those throwaways never seem to really go to the way of a defender. Having to step up here and evade. He's got grass to the outside at the 10. 5, touchdown, Justin Sorensen. Blink and you're going to miss him in the pocket. He explodes through the left gap and takes it to the house. First touchdown in this rivalry game has the Cardinal in charge, 10-3. Big-time players, they look to make big-time plays in big-time games, and that was big. Trojans, they're going to have to look to respond here. With a pass that is nearly picked off by Drogon. He had his eyes set on the end zone there. He forgot that he needed the ball. 2nd and 10 following the incomplete pass at the 14. More motion here. Just a distraction for the tight end screen as it does open up. Lovelace is there. Leave that one up to you, though. Let me know down below. Was that a hip drop tackle? Looked like it. 3rd and 3. Hankovich under pressure. He gets it out to Whipple. And quickly, Ty Holly will end this drive. 3 and out by the Cardinal defense. With just over 5.5 minutes left to go in the half, this could be a big drive for the Cardinal. Looking to take a strong lead here, it's Wesovich for 5. Only his 4th carry, but 26 yards already racking up for him. We see Jewell check in here on 2nd and 5 as they look to go back to the screen. That nearly a fumble, luckily not. 3rd and 5 here, bunch right-hand side for Sorensen. As they look to bring a little bit of some pressure, rolling out here and throwing it into the turf. That'll be a punt. USC, they needed their defense to respond, and that they did. So it's a quick back and forth. Still 5 minutes to go here in this half. Nice cutback. We'll pick up 9. Very rarely today has Lovelace not gotten that tackle. We'll see how he responds to it with a 2nd and 1. Motions across. Cardinal bring the blitz. And this time, they will not escape. Hankovich dropped by Nathan Henderson. And the senior edge man just keeps tacking on to his large total. 3rd and 5 here for the Trojans as they go with the delayed handoff, beating the blitz. Will pick up the first down with Whipple. Great play call there from the OC. They haven't ran too much today. They look to go right back to it. Quick stop as it's Heggie. That time playing down by the line where he was last year. Obviously in the offseason he moved to safety. Leaves 2nd and 8. Pass right-hand side and too fast for Ty Holly. It's a first down for Stoner. A pretty heavy workload here for the tight end group of USC. Josh Soto checks in for the short gain, just spelling Whipple for the play. 2nd and 6. Do they get the snap off? Yes, they will. And only to lose about a yard. 2-minute break hits there. Both teams with 3 timeouts. We still got a bunch of action to go here before halftime. 3rd down. And throwing across the grain right towards Rico Body, who will body the tight end. That brings out the field goal unit, though. A 55-yard attempt here for the Trojans, taking their time. And sneaking it again by that right upright. 2 for 2 on the day is the senior in Roger Gammon. Gives the Cardinal a minute 12, starting back at the 25 to try to get something done. As they start with some play action, looking downfield for Bargava. Double coverage and broken up. Gotta know, Coach Barrington, he's going to look for one deep shot to get things going here. See how he plays out the rest of this quarter from here. Throwing right-hand side, it's back to Bargava. First down for the Cardinal. They'll go hurry up. With two receivers spread to the left-hand side, it's Bargava alone to the right. Quickly getting that ball snapped and getting things into play here. It's Sorensen scrambling, picking up a few. And we'll get the Cardinal, though, out of bounds, saving time and saving those timeouts to boot. With now two spread either side. Got a hot route out there at the 42. Looking to go back downfield, and the back shoulder throw is caught. Gordon Lockett. They looked for that earlier in the game, missed that opportunity. They hit it here and get right back to the hurry-up game. Keeping the two on either side, no change in formation. They look downfield, it's Thrash, and he brings it in. What a throw from Justin Sorensen. On the money time and time again here today, and that still leaves 38 seconds to go in the half. They had just over a minute, and they just flew down the field behind the arm of Justin Sorensen. And let's not forget some love for Thrash as well, who showed some strong hands there. Tight coverage. 35 seconds to go. Can USC answer here? Will the stop downfield? That's going to work out. Breaking a couple tackles, eventually brought down. Massive play there for USC, getting them a good step forward here. Field goal range, we know, about 55 yards for him, perhaps even a little bit more. And they're going to find it here with a pass down the sideline. Heggie dives and misses. Trojans answer. In 2 plays, they find their first touchdown of this game just before halftime. And it's Keon Maddie, the freshman. A freshman to freshman connection. Leaves the Cardinal with still 3 timeouts. What does Coach Barrington have in store for us? Well, he's going to look right down the middle, tipped away. Looked like they were trying to find Kramer, who's had a couple big plays in this one. Now just 15 seconds. They're going to need about the opposite 40. Let's see if they could find themselves anywhere close to range. Well, Vallejo here with space, not going to be able to get out of bounds, so having to call that timeout. 8 seconds left. And again, you're most likely not looking for the end zone here. You want to get into field goal range. You have enough time to do so. Sorensen, he's going to look downfield in the 1v1. Vallejo with the grab. Yes, they will. Tremendous work there from the senior receiver. They were trying to look for that back shoulder throw. Was a little bit off, but he adjusts. And it sets him up here, kicking from the 38. Sam Ritter will push it right to the middle. Cardinal to cap off a strong ending to the first half. Overall, there is nothing you can complain about that half of play. 2013 is your halftime score, with 191 to 193 passing yards. It's been neck and neck between these two young quarterbacks here today. But on top of that, you've got to also show some love to Sorensen's ability to scramble. He had about a 30-some-odd touchdown run in this game, and right now a touchdown is the difference between these two. We've seen big plays made from the defenses, but a strong showing from the offense to close out the last couple minutes of the first half. And as we look to start the second half and see what adjustments were made, Cardinal, they start off with the ball. And it's Wesovich right back down the middle for 4. Those lanes, they've been pretty open today for Wesovich. But again, we're going to see that rotation. Jewell, haven't seen much from him today. He's going to look to carry this one and get swallowed up. Antone Brazel brings him down. It's a loss of 5. Setting up a 3rd and 9 here. Bunch look to the right-hand side. Vallejo lone to the left. They're to throw quick and behind Bargava. That's the first miss today for Sorensen, and their man was open. So punt forced. USC takes the ball here on offense. With Whipple getting to the outside, he's going to pick up 8. It was mixed play from him in that first half. They look to go right back to him, and he's got plenty to pick up that first down. 2 was all that was needed. He got, again, about another 8 yards. Gets the Trojans into plus sign at the 47. They'll look to go to the air here and find Whipple on the wheel. No one followed the running back. And it seems like the change for the Trojans at the half was to get Whipple more involved here, the senior running back. Play action, and they'll go outside to their tight end who picks up 5. Or actually, check that. That is one of their receivers. Just very rare in today's game do you see receivers wearing numbers in the 80s. As Soto again checks in for a short run. It leaves 3rd and 4 here for the Cardinal defense to try to pick up another stop. They send the blitz, and the blitz hits home. It's Rico Body. A huge play there from the sophomore slot corner. And that will force another field goal attempt here from USC, staying true on the day. Gammon. But for the Cardinal, that does still keep them in charge in this game. 20-16. We start our next drive here at the 25, looking for a bit more dominant play. As big hit, it's Wesovich running through the backer. I think it's pretty clear we need a little bit more Wesovich in this game. He stays on out there, typically rotating after runs like that. As they go right back to him. Hard-earned 3. It looks like from there he will get his breather. Jewell will check in here on the 2nd and 7. As they look to go to the air here, Sorensen off his mark, tried to scramble. However, DJ Fleming, he was well prepared, stopping him short of the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 8. More pressure, and it's another sack. Fleming is back again, ending the drive this time for the Stanford Cardinal. Before the Trojans, their defense has given their offense the opportunities they need to take their first lead here of this game. They start at the 31. They go back to the passing game and going back to Whipple just to gain a 1. Drog in there to bring him down quickly. We'll see if they look to go back to him just as often as they did. In fact, they do. With a good stop down the middle, it's Blair. So 3rd and 7. Defense now looking for a quick response of their own. And throwing this one away, Cardinal brought 2 extra, and it'll pay off. They force the punt. The first half came to a close with a lot of offense. The second half opens up with a whole lot of defense. Back over to the Cardinal here at the 21. They get motion all the way across as they continue to try to get their man open. And that time they did, but the pass not exactly where you would have wanted it. It's broken up for Lockett. 2nd and 10, and back to some power running here. Wesovich contained. 3rd and 9. Back at the 22, we see a heavier shotgun formation here. Vallejo, he's going to motion all the way across as they look for yet another screen. It's Jewell, who nearly had the spin. But I don't think it's any surprise to see the Cardinal keep their offense on the field. 4th and 1, it's Babineau and Wesovich in the backfield. Sorensen making a couple hot checks and early movement. This time it looks like Robinson jumps early. So facing the 4th and 6, they punt instead. Rare is it the Stanford Cardinal making that mental error. Whipple, he is denied. Just seems like both these defenses now just slugging it out there to see who's going to get that big play. And delayed handoff, going for the first down is Whipple. Henderson stayed chasing. Well, that will take us to the final quarter of play. A tight ball game here. 22-16. Trojans, they put on a field goal there in that 3rd quarter, but nothing extra. The big difference between these two teams right now, completion percentage. We've seen Sorensen throw out a lot of sacks. Haven't quite seen the same for Hankovich. As they hand it off, Whipple upended. Lovelace crashes down on him. Both teams looking more towards their running backs here in the second half. They'll go into the air here, but just to find Whipple on the outside, he's corralled. That leaves the Trojans with a 3rd and 9. At this point, you're thinking they've got to go with a pass. Looks like the defense imagining that's the case. They spread out the line. Looking to go with a screen. It's Lovelace out in space. And Whipple picking up that first down, getting by 2 defenders. Hankovich not having to do much out there, but just find the check down to his running back or hand it off. But it's working right now for the Trojans, who go super spread at the 30. Trying to fight through and now having to bounce outside. Hankovich slides down awkwardly, but he does evade the rush. He picks up 5, which does give him a net gain of -25 today with all the sacks he's taken. As he's under pressure again, that one's out, and it's picked off. Kevin Salmon the one remaining corner from last year's national championship team, shows up big here in the fourth quarter, getting the third pick on the year, I believe, for Hankovich. But a play like that is what you hope finally inspires your offense, because they're going to have a long field ahead of them. Going to have to march 97 yards, starting back at the 3. It's Wesovich, left side. The hit there from the linebacker actually helps propel him forward. Gain of 4. Now 2 spread either side here for Sorensen. Throwing quickly behind that blitz. It's a first down to Gordon Lockett. That gets them out of the shadow of their own goal post to the 20. Keep with the same look here. And looking to get to the outside. Sorensen will evade at least for a little bit. Goes as a gain of 8. As Sorensen getting his guy set up here for the 2nd and 2 at the 27. They look to go with a stretch outside. Wesovich does have the first down. Miles Gooch eventually tracks him down. But to the 34, keeps this drive alive. Just over 5 minutes to go here in regulation. And they throw through the hands of Kramer. Normally very sure-handed. That time a big miss. Leaves it 10 to gain here on 2nd. So now inside the 5-minute mark. Wesovich is denied on the outside. Fleming, he's been putting in good work today. On the line, off the line, left side, right side. He's going to be over on the right side this time here for 3rd and 10. As they throw again behind Vallejo. Happens once, you think that, okay, he missed the throw. Happens twice, and you start to wonder if he was wanting his receiver to do something else on that play. But he gets the ball to the Trojans with a short gain to Soto. With a heavy defensive back and forth here that still leaves this game 1 score advantage for the Cardinal, and that being 4 points. It could come down to the wire here. Whipple, he'll leave it 3rd and 2. A big down here for both sides. At the 40, hard count, no one jumps, and it's Jason Blair with the quick rip and the tackle in the backfield. Absolutely massive play there from the big old DT. Back over to the Cardinal offense. Inside 3 minutes, and they get their own quick block shed. Gio Livings flies through the line. It's a loss of 3. Cardinal, though, they're taking up their time here. They don't want to leave USC with much of any as they look to go back to the screen. It hasn't been there all game long, and it stopped the clock 2:02 with a 3rd and 13. Hard count and make that a 3rd and 8. Tatupu, he jumps a little bit early, but he's fighting through that injury from earlier in this game. 3rd and 8 with a bunch right-hand side. Play clock down inside 5. They do snap that ball. They got a receiver wide open. That's Jewell with the first down and more. Tried to hit the brakes, gets crushed. But it's a first down for the Stanford Cardinal as they are up plus side now at the 42. Trojans are stacking that line. And they will get the sack. It looked like they tried to leak out the running back, but he actually just caused more havoc than good. It's a loss of 12. A 2nd and 22. Backing us way up here. But finding the underneath will be Bargava as Mulligan is banged up here. That will use the second to last timeout, though, for the Trojans. Right now, you've got to imagine field goal range is a must for the Cardinal to make this a touchdown to tie. But it's going to be tight press coverage across the board. And under pressure, just getting rid of it. That'll not be field goal range. Instead, they're at the 44, and the offense stays out. Bunch right-hand side. Hard count once. No one jumps. Hard count twice. Do they get Vaughn or do they get the D-end? It will be Brazil. So that makes this an extended field goal, but one that we know Sam Ritter can make. This one could be massive. And he hits it as true can be. 7-point lead for the Cardinal. And with a minute 39 to go, that gives them a little bit of some breathing room here, though not much. Quick throw will be caught but taken down well before the first down marker. Again, they used up 2 timeouts while on defense, one due to injury. So they only have one more remaining. They'll have to get out of bounds or get first downs to stop the clock. And completions will also do, as that's a miss from Hankovich. Tried to find Whipple. 3rd and 4. Cardinal bring 4. They get the hit, and it's going to be picked off. Tyrone Heggie to try to seal this game. He's looking for a 6, and he has it. The speed down the left sideline. A 50-yard pick 6 is the nail in the coffin of the USC Trojans. A close game here today. One heck of a battle between these two rivals. But it looks like that streak will be 5 for the Cardinal. Oh, what a finish here, and it keeps the winning streak in total alive, not just in this rivalry. 31 games in a row, your Stanford Cardinal have gone undefeated. A special group here as Coach Barrington just keeps producing with some special talent. The percentage completed today was not great for Justin Sorensen, but how he led his team through a rocky second half, that has to be commended. The strong first half is what saw them through. That field goal off the hard count as well. Major, and of course Tyrone Heggie getting that pick 6, just the final piece to put this game together. Cardinal take down their rival in the Trojans. And that lands us our first commit of the season. He must have been watching that game all the way over from Jacksonville, Florida. Wonder if Coach Boston knows Kyle Tam. But our first commit is in at a pretty big spot for us moving forward. 5-star receiver. Well, that's not all we get. We also land Dennard Coleman out of Blythewood, South Carolina, the 4-star gem offensive lineman. And while we're at it, let's tack on one to potentially the interior of the O-line in Sakai Dora from Gilbert, Arizona, another 4-star gem. But not everything would go perfectly for us this week. We do miss out on another 5-star receiver in Tuahu, who does commit to Arizona State. And as long, again, as they don't drop out of the Pac-12, we'll most likely be facing against him. As for another big update for us, we talked a little bit about it at the end of last episode. Tim Cookus, we were locked out of. We were not in his top 8. We somehow worked our way back into it. He went down to his top 5, and we just snuck in. So we've got some more work to do, but some of these have swung very much in our favor, and I think the real staple of that is Devin Null, who was the same situation. We were just locked out of. Now we're on top, and we have a week 8 scheduled visit coming up soon. So we might flip him from not even looking at us to committing in just a handful of weeks. Right now, we can't be focused too much here on recruiting because we've got another big game coming up against Notre Dame. It is a rivalry. So because of that, we're going to overlook the fact that they are 1-3. And if we're being honest, they are 1-3 because they are playing some tougher competition, unlike a lot of teams early on in their seasons, and that even goes for us. Florida State, Michigan State, Wisconsin, who are ranked currently 9, and Cincinnati. All of these are some solid teams depending on the year for Florida State. But I don't want to overlook Notre Dame. You shouldn't overlook them either. So make sure you hit that bell icon in the bottom right or scroll down, tap that sub button, and definitely make sure you're hitting that bell icon as well so you're notified of when we are here and when we are battling out with some of these teams. We got a lot of big games, a lot of big episodes coming up this week. So do not miss out. Leave these guys some love for picking up a big win today. Smash that thumbs up and make sure you're here for the Notre Dame game. And make sure you're here for tomorrow. Cha-Cha Vaz is going to be playing his first set of games with that major league uniform on. Spring training with the St. Louis Cardinals. That starts tomorrow. Might be there on Thursday as well. We'll see how we do. And a triple header coming your way with the Jacksonville Jaguars on Wednesday. Like I said, a lot of big episodes coming up this week. Do not miss it as we take on yet another rival in back-to-back weeks. Your Stanford Cardinal, currently 4-0.